Hello, fellas and ladies. I saw the TV Glow, and I fucking loved it. Let's talk about it. Because, dear Lord, there's a lot to talk about. I Saw the TV Glow is a sophomore film of Jane Schonbrun after their excellent debut, We're All Going to the World's Fair. And it follows two socially inept high schoolers in the 90s and their obsession with a TV show called The Pink Opaque. I went into this movie blind. I didn't watch the trailer. Other than the name of the show, what I just told you was what I knew going in. First of all, Jane Schonbrun. Fuck yeah. After watching We're All Going to the World's Fair, I remember thinking, whatever they do next, I want in. Because in that film, the originality and the visual language of that film was so, visceral and unique. It's such an entrenching film that explores something not often explored in cinema and the way it's explored. And it introduced us to Jane Schonbrun, who is, a really exciting filmmaker. And with I Saw the TV Glow, I feel like, for me, they've elevated themselves to a status, in my mind, that I will be, at worst, intrigued for whatever they do next. The film's visual language is something else. There's going to be some clear emphasis that you'll notice on the color purple and pink throughout this film, but beyond that, Schonbrun's use of the camera, the sets, the lighting is knuckin' futz. I'm going to try and detail as little as possible in terms of themes and stuff, but there's one sequence where Justice Smith's character is walking down a high school hallway, and it's done in one long continuous take, and without giving anything away, Justice Smith and Jane Schonbrun make certain decisions in this shot that were very, purposeful and interesting. The movie grabbed me fairly quickly with the atmosphere. First shot was enough to entrench me in this vision, the way it shoots the road and something at the end of the road, I should say. I'm being vague on purpose. There's a lot I want to say, but I think what makes I Saw the TV Glow isn't just how you interpret the movie, but the experience of it. This is a horror film, but not in any traditional sense. There's a very eerie tone throughout, but about halfway through the film, it has a radical shift. From there, the movie is so aggressively under your skin. And yeah, it's pretty uncomfortable, but fuck, it's effective. The way the music and sound is used is also very eerie. There's a static overture in, certain moments that helped with this tension, and not in a way that was overbearing and basically telling you that something spooky is supposed to be happening. Abigail. I loved Justice Smith in this movie. Probably the first time I've ever been impressed by him, to be honest. Never hated him per se, but he was always just kind of there. And then in American Society of Magical Negroes earlier this year, I was like, oh, this dude's bad. But he was fantastic in I Saw the TV Glow. He has a way of being awkward in this movie that was so natural and real to the character. There's a time jump in this film where a kid version of him switches to Justice Smith, and it's a little abrupt, and also we're expected to believe Justice Smith is a 9th grader, but yet through his performance we eventually do buy it. It's strange. He's quite good here, and the same can be said about his co-star, Bridget Lundy-Paine, who is certainly the MVP. Like Justice Smith, Bridget Lundy-Paine's awkwardness is very natural in a more, faux confidence kind of way. The delivery is very dry, and yet you see everything that they feel. One monologue in particular, Bridget Lundy-Paine's delivery borders on kind of terrifying, accompanied by bizarre imagery. If I say I love this collaboration between Bridget Lundy-Paine and Jane Schonbrun, and if they ever wanted to work together again, I would be for it. I'm now going to go a little deeper in what the film is saying, or at least trying to say. I'm not going to spoil anything, per se, but I also believe that the best way to go into this film is completely clear and to absorb the themes yourself. Perhaps I'll do a spoiler analysis when I see it again and discuss, a little, specifics. As for now, it's not, crucial that you avoid what I'm about to say, and I am still going to tiptoe around it, but if you don't want to hear it, you can skip to here when I'm done with it, because you're all a bunch of dirty cowards. I know I told you to skip, but, you're still cowards. The movie almost vividly is about identity, particularly queer identity. I'm not a queer person, but even still, there were aspects of it I found myself latching onto and finding, almost relatable, particularly the way people are able to find purpose and help with their identity through media and entertainment, almost like an escape. It's very much allegorically about hiding that part of yourself, especially with queer and trans people. Again, I don't want to get specific, but the way Bridget Lundy-Paine's character is out, and it's very heavily implied that Justice Smith's character is closeted, and the way the plot progresses and they react differently to the plot, it feels like the film is trying to display the queer experience for those who are out and those who are closeted. But I do think the movie does have something to say about media consumption as well. How entertainment can be escapism in ways that can be dangerous, but also emotionally liberating. These two social outcasts find comfort with the Pink Opaque in ways that make them feel less isolated, but also the relationship these two share with each other is, when you break it down, a fake relationship. They only have the nuggets of a bond through this show. But I do think the movie will acknowledge that there is something that someone can get out of movies and TV that make them feel human. I also won't pretend I fully understood everything. I definitely needed time to process this film and its themes and Jane Chambrin's approaches. And I think I get the bare bones of the ending, but like not all of it. I definitely need a second viewing for many reasons because, well, I just want to see it again. But I also do think a second viewing will help tie up some loose ends, namely with the ending and like what it does. But I don't necessarily consider that a flaw. I Saw the TV Glow is exceptional in how it sticks with you. It doesn't give you the answers instantly. Jane Chambrin wants you to ponder what the film is saying. Some films do offer direct answers to what they want you to digest, and there's not really a problem with that. I Saw the TV Glow just simply isn't one of those movies. I Saw the TV Glow alongside We're All Going to World's Fair, in my mind, cements Jane Chambrin as one of our most exciting filmmakers. Its atmosphere and tension are masterfully crafted through Jane Chambrin's direction, but their writing presents us with some of the most unique writing and ideas I've seen in a while. I Saw the TV Glow as one of the most captivating and brilliant films of the year so far, and I'm gonna give it 9 Buffy the Vampire Slayer posters out of 10. Apparently the movie makes plenty of Buffy references that I miss because I've never seen an episode. I'm also curious if that 9 will go up to a 9.5, or even, dare I say, a 10 upon a second viewing of this film. Alright, review over. Like, subscribe, share. I'm gonna go watch TV, see if it gets all glowy. That's probably, that's typically what TVs do when it's on. They glow.